Let's have a conversation.
Thank you for having me on. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and I'm sure I'll see you at one of these events again
all
soon.
time. We got Mark with the Mindful Reality podcast, who I've been a guest on, and it was a blast.
Thank you for having me, honestly, and I cannot wait to do it again. We're going to do this again in the future. I just know it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Mindful Reality TV from a mental health perspective. I know that it's a late one. Thanks to all of you who stayed up for this. The reason why I waited this long is because I was watching the challenge finale. And last year, I came on to do the Big Brother recap, and somebody put in the comments, "Hey, Danny won the Challenge USA Part 1. So I was like pissed for the rest of that Big Brother live because I had not watched the challenge finale yet. So I was like, I'm not going to come on here until I have completed the challenge finale the next time it comes on, if it's on the same day. So I saw the winner of that, but I'm not going to spoil it for those who have not seen it. As for Big Brother, we knew that the most likely scenario, based on everything that we have seen, was Corey going home. There was nothing to indicate that anything was going to change. So they showed a little bit of background information. There wasn't too much extra that we did not actually see on the feeds. A couple of things. Number one was that it showed that America had a little bit of a confrontation with Jag that was not shown on the feeds, where she basically said, Jag, what's the F? What the F? Hey, everyone watching the challenge simultaneously. Are you watching it on DVR? Because it's done. Or maybe you're in another time zone. Hello, everybody. Hi, Mark. Hi, Jay Daly. So based on what we saw tonight, it showed a couple of things. It showed that Corey was kind of expecting this, and he actually admitted, hey, if I had gotten the chance, I would have taken a shot at Jag and Matt. I respect that. I respect the fact that he was actually able to admit that. America finally got a realistic edit. I thought that she would get another hero edit, but she did not. Hey, Holly, how are you? I thought that she would get another hero edit, but she did not get a hero edit. This edit kind of read America for filth. I actually liked the things that Corey was saying in his diary room entries, and I respect those things. He understood that it's a game. He said he would have done the same thing if he was the one in power. I can respect that. So America kind of played the victim on her own, where she was like, I've never talked about y'all. I've never tried to make you look bad. I've never thrown you under the bus. And the edits showed when she was talking to Blue and when she was throwing Matt and Jag under the bus. So did Corey get the boot? Okay. So now for those of you who have not seen the episode, by unanimous vote, Corey was evicted from the Big Brother house. He took it all in stride. Again, I can appreciate the way that he accepted the game for what it is. The way that he said, they got me before I got them, because I would have made the same move if I was in that power position to take them out. So Comerica, he even called it that in the exit interview. Comerica in the house is over. Whether they're going to be a thing outside the house, to be determined. But Comerica in the house is over. And Corey is going to go meet Cam. And I hope that they have some jury segments next week about Cam's reaction when he sees Corey in the house. Because that will probably be interesting and entertaining. So this week has just been a lot of annoying back and forth with the fandom, as I've spoken about earlier. When I did my live earlier when I was in Manhattan, there's a side that said, oh, I feel so bad for Corey in America. There was another side that was like, I don't feel anything towards them. I'm glad they're going. I wonder if those two will be buds. I just have a feeling like Cameron will rub it in his face at the beginning, but I think that they're going to be cool right after that. Whether they will be friends after they get out of the jury house, I don't know about all that. But I think at least within the jury house, there's not going to be a lot of conflict or known tension at that time. Even if it's just because Cameron does not want to show that he was feeling America that much. But I do not think there will be a lot of tension in the jury house with those two. Now, when America gets in the jury house, that might be another story. But at least while it's just the two guys, I don't think so. And just giving y'all an advance notice, I'm not going to be on here too long. Like I said, I'm tired today, but I wanted to make sure that I did what I promised that I was going to do earlier, which was to come on here and at least speak a little bit about tonight's eviction episode. So I'm very curious to see who wins the HOH for next week, for this week. Usually the HOH winner is revealed after the West Coast episode has shown. What's going on with all the people you were throwing up shorts about? Who was I throwing up shorts about? I don't really remember. I was throwing up shorts about somebody today because I don't really remember if so. Oh, that was from yesterday. I didn't throw up a short today. Yesterday, Corey was trying to make a crazy plan to keep himself in the house, which was to be like, oh, Felicia, Cirie, Matt, and Jack have a final four, and he wanted Cirie and Felicia to lie to Bowie and say they had a final four so that Bowie would not trust them. It all blends together. I mean, honestly, I'm just kind of glad that that saga is over. And I'm interested to see what the remaining house guests decide to do. Because like I was telling everybody, there's 5 women left and 2 men. So even if the 5 women do not really want to work together, there's still 5 of them. And everybody keeps saying, who's going to get out Matt and Jag? If one of y'all get the opportunity, the only thing that makes sense is to put both of them on the block. To be honest, even if I was Sari, even with the fact that Sari is working with Matt, I would still want to put Matt and Jag on the block together. Because you don't want both of them coming back. That would be worst case scenario. If you put Matt and Jag, if you put one of them on the block and they get off, and then you have 2 of them targeting you, that would be worst case scenario. Hi, Jazz. That would be the worst case scenario. I'm here hoping that one of the mamas or Blue or possibly even America wins the HOH. Today was an okay episode. Oh, the one thing that I wanted to mention that was kind of crazy was Corey during the eviction being like, Stevie, which is Cameron's daughter, he said, Daddy's coming home. I was like, wow. I really believe in Corey's innocence to where he thought that was a joke. But to say of somebody else's daughter, Daddy's coming home, that was a little bit wild to me. That's the one thing that I could say his 22-year-old self probably did not think of how crazy that is. But if I was Cameron, which he didn't see this, of course, but if I was Cameron, I'd be really pissed about that. If I was Cameron's family, I'd be really pissed about that. Once they're in the jury house, their game is over. You would think they'd be civil towards each other. I think they would be. Even if they don't like each other and they just don't want to talk at all once the jury house is over, I don't believe that Corey would be somebody to maintain a beef while he's there. I really don't. Corey actually looks shocked. Hope you get some much deserved rest. I appreciate that. I'm going to be on here for 30 minutes. I'm at 14 minutes so far. 30 minutes, I'm off. I have already made my live earlier that kept my streak of lives intact at 78. But I said that I was going to do this. And when I say that I'm going to do something, I do it. So I am going to keep myself up for the next 15. Thank you for saying that. I wonder how Jared feels about Sari saying her hubby's going to D her down. She has said multiple different things about that part. So I guess Jared just has to accept that. But think about how you would feel about your mom saying that. I just wouldn't want to hear that if that was my mom. I just would not want to hear that. But if you both go on the game together, she has to deal with the fact that her son was having sex with somebody in the house while she was there. And he has to deal with the fact that she's going to speak freely however she wants. So it kind of is what it is. But if I were to guess, I would say he probably doesn't want to hear that. Probably icky. And she called Blue a hoe. I remember that. I definitely remember that. And she was under fire for that early on. She was under fire for that early on in the season. But the Comerica saga, aka Dawson's Creek, aka Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful, Days of Our Lives, it's over. Corey's going to spend some time. He's going to spend a week with Cameron. Julie has a big surprise announcement, which is a double eviction next week. But it's such a big surprise, but it's not really a surprise because if we're doing the math, clearly they have to have a double eviction in order for the numbers to line up. So there's a double eviction next week. Because
what sense does that make? The math is not mathing.
speaking of the math is not mathing, there's 15 people in here, which is not a lot. I expected that because A, the episode aired later than usual, and B, this is a late live on a weekday, so I knew there would not be a lot of people on here. However, there is 16 people on the live. Never mind. We have 16 people on the live and we have 17 likes. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, the math is mathing tonight. So please give yourselves a hand of applause, a round of applause in the chat. Because there's actually one more like than viewers in this chat tonight. So I don't have to play my Mimi clip for y'all. The math is mathing. I think that's the first time I can recall that has ever happened this season where I went to check the likes and they were more than the amount of viewers. Hi, New Orleans lady. So everything went as expected tonight. Once again, Corey went home. Corey's vote was unanimous. Nobody voted for him to stay. There was no fireworks in the eviction speeches. They were just regular. And now we're going to see what America does without her showmance here. We're going to see what America does. I think that America... What are the chances after next week that somebody in a bromance won't be diddy bopping? Well, since you mentioned diddy bopping...
Okay. Well, guess what? If I win, somebody ain't diddy bopping. Right. Okay. I can tell you that. Mm-hmm. If I win, one of them won't be diddy bopping. Mm-hmm. I think those guys. Okay.
It all depends on tonight. Once you find out who's the HOH, then I can answer that. If I had to make a prediction, the tough part is Jag and Matt are both able to still play in the HOH. So It's very hard to answer that question. My math says they need 2 double evictions to get to the jury right in the allotted time frame. Okay, so what day are we today? We are October 19. So we have 3 weeks left, and we have, what do we have? 7 house guests left in the house, right? 7 house guests and 3 weeks. Yeah, you're right. Because if we had 1 double eviction, we would still have an extra house guest. So I have the same math as you, actually. I wonder if they would do a triple eviction. That's what I'm wondering, because somebody mentioned that before. I wonder if they would do a triple eviction. I'm back. What's up, Cass? I got 8 minutes left. I had to finish the challenge before even looking at my phone. I didn't spoil the challenge, but I understand you probably had other sources that you could have seen it. How many shows are left to air? Well, eviction shows 3. Shows overall, we have Sunday? Probably 9 shows left overall, but 3 shows that are evictions. Please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you have not done so already. Appreciate it, because the math was actually mathing tonight. This was the first time. I mean, I played that clip for something else, but this is the first time I was not able to play that clip in regards to the likes and the viewers not matching. So now, in my opinion, Matt and Jag are in a win or go home position, especially Jag, because I think that Jag is target number 1 and Matt is target number 2. The reason why Jag is a bigger target than Matt is obviously because he's won more competitions than Matt, way more competitions than Matt. And also his hands are dirtier than Matt because of the way that he's gone about playing the game. Matt has kind of done a better job at managing relationships in the game. So there's a few people that are pissed at Jag. But it could end up being a very predictable week anyways if Jag happens to win HOH. I'm really, really interested. HOH this week determines whether this week is going to be extremely boring or whether we're going to get a lot of drama. Because America wins, a lot of drama. Blue wins, a lot of drama. Felicia wins, a lot of drama. Sari wins, some drama. Matt or Jag win, minimal drama. So I am rooting for the outcome that provides us with the most action for this week, which would probably be either Felicia, Blue, or America winning. America being number 1 in terms of the drama, and then probably Blue, and then probably Felicia, and then Sari after that. Hi, D. Hope you're doing good. Shout out to the 21 of y'all who stayed up late to watch this recap. Appreciate y'all. I told you at the beginning it's going to be a very short one because I went out to work in the morning. I had to get up very early. I got back late. I went to the gym when I got back. And tomorrow I'm traveling. I'm going to be in Maryland for the weekend. So I got a pretty significant drive on my hands. Not that long, but I think tonight's episode was kind of an anticlimactic episode because there was no chance of a flip. I knew it was going to be a unanimous vote. I wanted to see this big thing of where America was saying she made a fool out of herself. It didn't happen. All that happened was he put up America and then he put up Corey. And then she started crying. So I thought that this episode was going to show a bunch of stuff that we did not see, but it did not. So it was kind of an average episode, honestly. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. I want drama because if Jag wins, I'll be bored. Please don't let Jag or Matt win. That's what I'm hoping. I just don't want Jag or Matt to win. Thanks for the coverage, Mark. Glad to be here. Thank you, Show Enough. Good night. I need to get ready for bed. I have work tomorrow as well. And with that said, I'm going to close this off by stating my usual, that I want to thank all of you for your support. Thanks for always being here, the commentary, the engagement. I don't take it for granted that you could be doing anything, you could be watching anything. We're in the entertainment era where you have so many different options of things that you can view. You can watch TikTok, you can watch Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, Facebook Live, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to watch or do, you can do that. So this audience that I have built, I'm very thankful for, which is you. I appreciate that. I have one more thing that I wanted to say. Before I go, I have one more thing that I wanted to say before I go. Is Matt playing a good game, or are people sympathetic to his situation? He should be seen as a threat. When you say people, do you mean the general public or his house guests? Because if you're talking about his house guests, I think that his house guests don't see him as big of a threat as they should see him as because of his disability. Okay, before I go, I wanted to show you guys this. And I wanted to speak on this a little bit. This is something that I've been thinking about for a long time. I just never put it together yet. But when I was 13, my parents left me at a boarding school. And it was the first time I had been without them, and it was the first time I had been without my family. I had no family in the school. I had one cousin, but essentially I basically had no family at the school. And it was the first time I had been without my parents, definitely, without both my parents. And it was very tough. But my grandmother would make sure that every month, or at least every couple of months, she would send me a care package. And if any of you have experienced living in a dorm, a care package is everything, where one of your family members sends you a box of stuff. And in the case of my grandmother, she would send me a letter. She would write a letter to me. She would send me money. She would send me snacks. She would give me essentials like socks, underwear, things that I did not appreciate that much at the time. but in retrospect, I'm like, that was very, very good of her to do, because it just let me know that she was thinking of me, and those were staple items that I needed. So I thought to myself, a lot of us go through life. Let me take this off the screen for a second. A lot of us go through life and we're not really concerned about self-care because we're caring for others, whether that is a sick family member, a parent, a grandparent, a child, a spouse, a sibling. I know people in all those scenarios. Whether we are caring for people through work, that we, is part of our job to care for others. But how many of y'all have ever received a self-care package? I know I have not. So I sat down and I, kind of put some things together and created one. And the things I included in that: a notebook, an aromatherapy candle, which smells amazing, a keychain, a stress ball, a pen, a sleeping mask, and a letter of affirmation. And if anybody is interested in that, I'm going to leave my email in the chat. I'm sympathetic to his muscles. Good night, Jazz Lady and D. I'm about to watch BB, but wanted to say hi. Hi, Danny. Thanks for coming. Care packages are the best. That's a cool grandma. She is. She is still alive. Her 89th birthday will be coming up in 2 months. Hi, Patty. I have, and I give them with my book. It sounds like mini gifts in a box. Yeah. So anyone who's interested in that, just shoot me an email and we'll make that happen. I'll send it out. And that's the last thing that I had to say. And once again, just thank you for your support. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow is Friday. So I'm going to be on the road on Friday. However, tomorrow is going to be day 79, or tomorrow/today, because on my time zone, I'm already into the next day. So I'll be coming on at some point. But just to let you guys know, this weekend, I probably will not be on much, but I'll be on a little bit just to make sure that I keep my streak of going live for Big Brother alive, but I won't be on too much. You absolutely did, but you can check it on the replay, Patty. And I understand. And I will talk to y'all soon.
So you literally were one of my very first followers. And then when you followed me and I, followed back, I was like, this dude is cool. Like,
if they say talk to your manager, you just say, you know what, talk to the hand. You don't need to be on my podcast. But, yeah, dude. Yeah, you do a great job.
Thank you. I always get a kick out of talking with you on Patreon. You have a really good, view on it.
That wasn't planned.
you know what? But I like this Canadian.
Well,
this one.